Hello, everybody. It is Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time for the Midweek War. Also in Spanish?
La guerra de la mitad de la semana.
Exactly, because we're talking Lucha effing Underground, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my word. Antonio Garza, first, before we dive into Lucha, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Another fantastic, great Wednesday of wrestling all over the place. It's just it's like the greatest day of the week. It beats Fridays now.
Oh, well, I mean, Friday. What was so good about Friday? I mean, come on. Let's be honest. Let's be really realistic about it. Like Friday, you just know the weekend's gonna end really soon, even as soon as it began.
Yeah.
Wednesday's the best 5 hours, or 3 if you don't watch Impact. Anyway, Antonio Garza, what is your one word for Lucha Underground this week? Your una palabra, as you.
My una palabra. It's fire.
Okay, that's one word repeated, but I guess we'll count it. My one word, my una palabra for Lucha this week is awkward.
Yeah. Weird.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Tony, what is your bueno this week?
Well, let's get it out of the way. That freaking ending with Vampiro and Pentagon Jr. It's like the post credit scenes from Marvel. You're like, we're done. They're just like canceling the show. I mean, it's good. We can go home. And then boom, Pentagon Jr. comes out. He's trying to burn Vampiro alive.
I swear, they've been doing this the entire season. Like the Marvel movie ending. Like you have to say till after the and so good. Like if he just said like, fine, I'll do it myself, and then held up the Infinity Gauntlet with like one of the Aztec medallions in it, I totally would have bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Like if the Aztec medallions are the Infinity Stones, sure, I'm sold. I'm all in with that.
That's a good analogy because I think you know how Dario keeps saying that if you have them all, you become immortal.
Well, I've been calling them Horcruxes.
Horcrux.
I've been calling them Horcruxes. I believe Matt Carlin's called them Dragon Balls. I mean, there's so many ways to go with this. And we still have only given out, 3 of them?
Yes.
Phoenix, Jack Evans, and Aerostar?
Aerostar, yeah.
Okay. When are they going to give the other 4 out? There's like a month until Ultima Lucha. Anyway, mi bueno, the backstage segment where they're somehow able to take electric ninja skeletons and mix it with Full House. I don't know how, and it was seamless. Katrina showed up to mess with Son of Havoc because, of course, Son of Havoc had a match with Mil Muertes tonight. Yeah. Ivelisse comes in to say, yo, back off my not man, but my tag team partner. Katrina decides to teleport away, and it magically leaves Ivelisse on top of Son of Havoc, and Helga just comes in like, oh, not this again.
Oh, such a great backstage segment. I was so excited, and I was marking out the idea of Ivelisse just knocking out Katrina right there. Boom! Don't mess with my non-man. That was such a good segment.
Oh my god! And just Ed Helico, like he's the right amount of sleazebag to pull that off.
Yeah,
he's the absolute right. Like I can see why him and Jack Evans used to team. I get that entirely. Like I can see them. Oh god, but just like oh, you guys, so good, and both of their reactions was perfect.
Right. Yeah,
like,
shut up.
All right. Difficult to find this week, but what would you say your malo was, Tonio?
I actually do have a malo, and it goes to the match of Son of Havoc and Mil Muertes. So,
really?
Yeah, like not the match itself, but I think that at this point of the story, they need to build Mil Mortis like to the superhuman that he was when he was fighting Phoenix. And I saw some of Havoc get like a lot of offense on Mil Mortis. So I think I mean that was my bad. Like they kind of managed it in a way that the Mil Mortis seemed weaker than he should be.
Okay, all right. I can see that, but at the same time, you can't because remember he can't just roll in like a steamroller on Puma at Ultima Lucha.
No, I know, but
You got like I at least my opinion. I think the Phoenix thing was because he was using Phoenix's powers against him. That's why he appeared stronger.
mhm.
It's like when I don't know when Super Skrull fights the Fantastic Four. Like he's using their own powers against them, so he's going to appear stronger.
Yeah.
And plus, it had more of a personal conflict. Like Mil Muertes doesn't really have a beef with Son of Havoc. It's more Katrina that has a beef because she's trying to.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Because I was gonna say, like, I guess at some point, Mil Mortis wants his minions to have the titles.
Right. Also, it's not like Mill ever looked like he was in danger of losing the match.
No, he wasn't never in danger, but he did spend some time on the floor, like falling. And
Okay, I guess.
I was kind of expecting that this match would be kind of like Grave Consequences, where Mil Mortis controls most of the match, and we see like small flurries of offense from Son of Havoc, but then he gets cut off again.
Okay, I mean, I kind of thought that's what it was, but I can see your point. I can see your point on that.
What was your bet?
Me, Malo, real life injuries. They suck. Because we got the whole I am Mexico. No, I am Mexico thing. No, I am Mexico.
But my name's Texas.
Yeah, my name's Texas. All right, I'll be honest. I'm more Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Blue Demon thing you could see coming literally light years away.
Yeah.
You could absolutely see it coming light years away. And given that Chavo really got hurt, I guess this is the only way to go. And it should be fun, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I from that segment, I like that it's kind of like full circle because it goes back to it was like pretty much the same thing that Chavo did to Blue Demon. And because back then Dario was like messing with Chavo, and now Chavo's messing with Blue Demon, and he did it to Tejano. So it was kind of like full circle thingy. Like I like that. But yeah, like you said, like no disrespect to Blue Demon, but he's like 50, 60 years old. So like, there's no way he can have a better match with Tejano than Chavo could have.
It's like watching EC3 versus Sting.
Yeah.
Like, you get the history of it, but it's probably not as good as it should have been.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so what would be your cambio this week?
My cambio for the Pentagon Jr. and Vampiro interview segment. I really, really loved it. Pentagon Jr. was like fantastic. Vampiro was the same Vampiro we always see in interviews. My only beef with that is that it's at this point of their feud where Vampiro already broke a mirror with his face and Pentagon's calling him out. It seemed awkward. Like,
well, but you have to remember, no one is supposed to know that we've seen that. Like, Stryker doesn't know that Vampiro had that little incident in the bathroom. Presumably, Pentagon doesn't know unless he actually watches the product, which no wrestlers watch the product.
Yeah. No, I just thought that that segment you could have done in some other environment and not the interview. Because it seemed weird that Vampiro would agree to an interview with Pentagon.
I don't know. I like the interview though. Yeah. I like the interview format because like Pentagon, like Vampiro before the interview apologized to Pentagon. Yeah. I thought that was amazing. Like because Vampiro apologized to the fans the week after it happened, but he took the time. Like, you could tell the only reason he took this interview was to apologize to Pentagon.
To amend problems.
Because, yeah, exactly. Like, and I loved the opening for that. I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of cool because it's not something you'd see a face in WWE ever do.
Yeah.
You'd never see them apologize to a heel. Like, Brock Lesnar's not going to come back a week later and say, sorry I broke your ribs, Jamie Noble. No, he's not going to do that.
Yeah, he's going to break his arm.
Exactly. And his car.
Yeah.
And his car.
What's your cambio?
Me cambio this week, I need some Black Lotus in my life. I need to know what is happening with that storyline because they take too much time between segments of this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know. I want to see some progression. I don't know. It feels like it's going to be rushed when we get to Ultima Lucha, unless it's not even going to pay off at Ultima Lucha. But I've heard it does. I
haven't really read spoilers or anything, but I do start trying to get the sense that we're never gonna get to see Matanza.
I listened to a podcast where one of the guys went to the Ultima Lucha tapings. He didn't spoil anything, but he says there is resolution to everything.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I like between the Matanza stuff that we haven't seen in a while, and there's still 4 fucking medallions that we need to dole out. I don't even know who's gonna get those. All right, Garza. Before we get into the main event, which was awesome, if you had to pick 4 people from Lucha Underground, who would get those medallions?
Let's see. I would put. Oh man, I don't even know who's left. I would probably put Sexy Star and Superfly because I don't want to see them in a fight by themselves.
Okay.
And the other 2 would probably be. We'll put. Oh no, wait. I was gonna say Killshot and King Cuerno, but I'd rather see them fight by themselves.
Oh my god, that's another thing we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
All right, I was gonna say the Mack, Marty the Moth. I'm gonna say Cage, even though I don't think that's gonna be possible now.
Yeah, I think Cage and Mack are gonna have a singles match.
Yeah, I know, and that's gonna be.
Yeah, it should be.
That's gonna be amazing. Well, they actually had a match this weekend. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they may get medallions because they booked Drago versus Hernandez for Ultima Lucha.
True.
They didn't say anything about Cage and the Mack.
See, that's another one that I'd rather see in the multi-man medallion match than singles. Hernandez and Drago.
All right. Well, I was gonna say the Mack, Cage,
Marty,
and I'll say Mariachi Loca.
The return
or Masquerita Sagrada.
Yeah, Masquerita would be good.
Just for the thrill of it. Yeah. I don't even know what those medallions. If the medallions are like a 7-man match to unify the medallions, that would be the best shit in the world. I
think that eventually has to happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's at Ultima Lucha. It makes sense. Yeah. Well, actually, there's. But I still don't know how we're gonna get these 4 medallions out to everyone else. Okay, so the main event.
Yeah.
ATOMICOS match.
What'd you think about it?
It was good. A lot of it looked like waiting for spots.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say something similar. They try to do the typical multi-man thing they do in Lucha Underground with them, like the fights spread all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But here, like, it was weird because sometimes you could see the faces waiting on the ring for attack, and then like the heels doing shit all over the place, and then Alberto and Morrison, Mundo running up, and then just one comes down and the other one stays there. I don't know. It was kind of weird.
It did pick up.
Yeah, it did pick up. What it did bother me is that this 4 feuds are supposed to be building up to something, and I think they only really paid attention to Alberto versus Mundo, and they didn't really like worked a lot of like momentum for the other feuds.
Well, okay, but you have to remember, Sexy Star and Superfly have already had a match.
Yeah. So
Drago and Hernandez have already had a match.
Yeah.
Like, who were the other two? I'm blanking on who it was. I'm totally blanking on who it was.
Yeah, me too.
It was Jack Evans and.
Oh yeah, Jack Evans and Aerostar.
And Aerostar, the two medallion holders, and I think they've even had a match together, haven't they?
I think that the debut was against.
Who was Jack Evans' first match against? Was that Aerostar?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. See, yeah. So they've already all had singles matches. So the building of the feuds is there.
Yeah, I think I would have liked like a little pairing off of each feud at some point.
Yeah, but then you're giving it away. I almost like that there's a lot of cross branding with that. Like I like that Johnny Mundo pinned Sexy Star by grabbing the tights. That was amazing. It was amazing. It's a perfect ending. He's like
that's heel heat.
Oh my god. I want to just start calling him Johnny Rudo.
I would agree.
Yeah. All right. So was there anything else you want to say about Lucha before we give our rating?
I don't. Oh well, yeah. There's one thing. I think we can confirm now that the master of Pentagon Jr. is an actual person with a mouth and a voice, and it's not just like the illusions of his grandeur. So that was good.
That's fair. It reminded me of the old the Foot Clan from the Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh yeah.
So I just assume Pentagon answers to Shredder now.
Yeah. Hey, I'd be down for that.
Yeah. Oh, so would I. By the way, that scene where he said he had to attack Ian Hendrickson or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They totally got me. I just thought that was gonna be a random dude in the temple. I thought it was gonna be like a random jobber dude, like Famous B, and at no point in my mind did I think Vampiro's real first name was Ian.
Yeah.
No point in my mind.
Someone I saw that mentioned that it would have been cool if Vampiro had done something like Finn Balor, where he just goes the full show calling himself Ian, and then his dark side to fight is Vampiro.
Well, I think we still might get some kind of a transformation, though.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go super hardcore next time.
Would you be surprised if Matt Stryker's on commentary alone next week?
At some point, yes.
Okay. I think he's going to do the whole show by himself.
I think that at some point, Vampiro's just going to stand up from the table and kick some ass.
I kind of want like the show to open with Matt Stryker saying, listen, fans, I'm sorry I haven't been in touch with Vamp all week. I've been trying to call him. I've tried emailing him. I've tried texting him. He has not responded to any of my communications. So it's just going to be me for this hour of great lucha action. Like, if that's how the show opens cold, and like, let's say Pentagon's in the main event against Killshot or Sexy Star or someone like that. And Vampiro shows up in full like ring gear and face paint. Oh, imagine if he even has fake dreads. Oh, that'd be so good.
That'd be awesome.
All right. So where do you rank Lucha this week?
I'm gonna give it number 1.
Okay.
I was really eventful. The matches were pretty good, and I think that by the end I was so excited about Pentagon Jr. this whole show that I'm really happy with Lucha Underground. So I'm gonna give it number 1. What about you?
Okay. I am also giving it numero uno. They crammed a shit ton of story into 1 hour of television. Like they managed to book tons of matches for Ultima Lucha already. We have I think 4?
Yeah, there's 4 confirmed.
And they're all singles matches, which I thought was really weird. Like I thought that was very odd that we have 4 singles matches already. But yeah, they managed to do so much in this 1 hour. It was amazing and definitely the best show of the week.
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty, so if you want more of this, go to the WMS Superfeed on iTunes. You can go to WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can go to our YouTube page. We do the Midweek War every week. We do NXT, Lucha, ROH, and Impact Wrestling. We do all 4 of those shows. And, oh, man, just stay tuned for the rest of the Midweek War. And, Antonio, where can people find you on Twitter?
You can find me at DW Revolution at the Twitter machine. And where can I find you, Matt?
I am Mad Mike 4883 on the Twitters. And if you want to follow my live tweet every Wednesday night, just follow the hashtag MM. I tag everything that I talk about with the Midweek War, so I may repeat some jokes. I apologize. But yeah. So for next week, I'm Mad Mike, and that is...
I'm Antonio Garza.
All right, and we will see you next week on the Midweek War, or in Spanish,
La guerra de la mitad de la semana.